diet. If you look at the supplementations, it depends. What do I need to be healthy? Well, for the average person, maybe you need vitamin D, a good probiotic for your digestion to keep some good bacteria in your body, and a good multi. If you're a cancer patient, it's a little bit different. If you've had cancer, oftentimes your vitamin D levels are remarkably low, so you would need a greater supplementation. Vitamin D, vitamin B5, pantothenic acid is something that is often very low in people who've had cancer, so you may need a boost to that. You also may need something like NAC, which is acetylcysteine, and it is a precursor in the liver to glutathione, and glutathione is sort of the creator of life. So, there may be a few extra things that would be wise for people to supplement with, and I'm sure that your naturopath or your alternative and complementary healthcare practitioner can help you out with that. So, you can look at food. So, food is medicine.
That's right.
And that's you're putting it in your body to nourish your body. So, I mean, just given that
Just think if you go off and have a great big piece of cheesecake and a latte, just see how you feel after that, and then see how you feel after having, a bowl of fresh fruit as an example. There is a difference in your body, and it's not that we can't have those little perks, but maybe just not quite as often. I think we put the focus too much on what we think we want, but our body really doesn't need it. But you don't want to take all the joy out of eating either.
No, not at all. And there's no reason why you cannot have those things on occasion. The reason they call it a treat is because you have it periodically, not every day. It's not a life necessity to have a piece of cheesecake, or share it. So if you're going to lunch with somebody or to dinner and you fancy a spoonful of something, share it. Or look for something that might be the best. My husband and I actually had this happen the other night when we went out to dinner, and they were really pushing this special they had, and we each had chicken breast, and we were going to have a splurge that week and have something a little sort of off our diet, if you want to call it that. So we were going to share some French fries just as a treat. We hadn't had them for several months, so we counted that as our fat that day, so we had no other. And then they kept pushing, and we had a nice big salad to start, so we were careful with that. But they wanted to give you this dessert, so you had a choice between an apple crumble, which was apples and oatmeal. Okay, so those are good. Or pie. Well, my husband, bless his heart, immediately said pie, and I immediately turned to the waitress and said, well, I'll have the apple crumble. But you know what? It was a touch of sweetness because there was a natural sugar in fruit called fructose. And also, apples have pectin in them, and pectin is something that helps your digestion. They're high in fiber, so they will help your bowel in that regard. But it also keeps your blood sugar level. So you're not craving something 2 hours later, and we shared one, which was really nice. So you can make choices that way. You can live your life in a very, very strict manner and take everything out of it and say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. Or you can, again, use moderation and say, you know what, this will work for me in my lifestyle, and this and this and this, because you also have to be realistic.
That's right.
You have to be realistic into, what can I do, what can I incorporate, what will work for me. Those sorts of things are really important. So you can take the information that you're given. If you book an appointment with me, we go through a health and wellness consultation. It's usually called the Healthy Breast Consultation. And we look at your lifestyle, we look at your what you're taking for supplements now, and we take a look at what your diet looks like, and what your attitudes are and whatnot. There's lots of questions to ask to find out who you are and where you are in your life, and whether or not you're on a path to wellness, where you want to live a long, fulfilling life, or whether you're dealing with some form of disease and how to come back out of that and again live a healthy life. So I offer those wellness consultations as well. Tammy had mentioned that I also do Reiki treatments. I truly believe that it's incredibly important that you do have some form of spiritual practice, and for some people it can be prayer, going to church, it can be yoga, it can be meditation, it can be Reiki, it can be something that focuses beyond yourself, to a higher power. So those are things that are very important for you. So we've talked about a little bit about some supplementation, a little bit about diet. We've talked about spirit, your journey, and some of the things that you use. You also use essential oils, though, daily.
Daily.
Yes.
I love my essential oils. I use it on my face care, my body care, even my perfume is pure essential oils. And I even use it in my cleaning of my household. Now, as much as possible, I wouldn't say I'm chemical free. I mean, because I still think today it's still hard to stay away from everything, but I check if I have to buy my shampoos. I look for the paraben free, the sulfate free.
Yeah.
I mean, I try to minimize as little exposure to the chemicals that I feel would put me at risk.
And parabens in particular, because
Yes.
most breast cancer tumors, when they do the pathology on them, they will find the parabens in them. They're to my way of thinking, deadly. And you know, you can look at the back of something; it'll have 5 parabens in it. I'm thinking, you know, I just have one so-called preservative. You have 5
Going into your body. I mean, you absorb. Your skin is a big sponge, and it absorbs everything. But and then essential oils I use if I get a cold, or if I get a sinus headache, or if I have a hot flash. I use essential oils, and they all help me to regain that balance that I need without putting chemically produced substances
into your body.
in my body.
What you can do, because essential oils are highly antimicrobial, they look after a tremendous number of pathogens, fungus, viruses, bacteria. They disinfect in many ways. They have a positive effect on the nervous system. They can pick you up, they can calm you down. There's lots of ways if you deal with a professional who knows how to blend them correctly, or who can teach you what you need, or provide a list of essential oils for you and give you some ideas of how to combine them together. That's something that I also do. I do custom blends for people. And occasionally I'll even do a personal perfume, because I truly believe that you know, getting your perfumes from the garden and taking something. We all come from the earth. Every chemical found in our body is also found in the earth. So what a wonderful synchronicity to use essential oils as a personal perfume. I often have women actually massage a specific breast oil into their breasts and into the lymph area to help drainage. We talk about doing rebounding sometimes to get the lymphatic system moving as well. There's some really great essential oil combinations you can use to get the lymphatic system moving, and to help with cellulite, and moving the fat deposits out of your tissues, and you know, creating a healthier terrain in your body. So lots of those things, you know, cedarwood and lemongrass, and
That's right.
you know, grapefruit, those sorts of things.
Because that was the one composite that you made for me. I developed lymphedema from my breast cancer, and I have very low incidence of reoccurrence. I've had a couple though, and one went, I wouldn't say it was sepsis, but it did go internal on me, and it happened in a flash. It happened really quick. But through this oil that Gail has put together, I have very little episodes of it. I manage it. I don't have to wear, I used to have the glove and the sleeve, and you wear it up to your, you know, your shoulder. And in the summertime, it is hot, but it's necessary for health. I understand that. But through the lymphatic drainage, Gail, when I come for massage, the emphasis is on the lymphatic drainage, and through this oil that we use, I truly feel that's kept the lymphedema at bay.